So by now you've had a chance to watch the Harry Harlow video. It's just 6 minutes long, super short. He's very old-fashioned, he's very 1950s. But what you saw was a baby monkey that had been raised with a wire mother with a nipple that provided food, as well as a cloth mother that provided comfort. And we saw a number of different scenarios. We see Harry Harlow says to us that the baby spends up to 18 hours a day on the cloth mother and only goes to the wire mother to feed. We see when the baby monkey is shown the diabolical creature that he immediately runs to the cloth mother, gets some kind of competence from that, and then begins to threaten the diabolical creature. We also see the baby monkey has been put into a room that looks a heck of a lot like a daycare, right? And at first, when there is no mother, the baby cowers in the corner and will not play with toys. When the wire mother with the nipple is in there, the baby still cowers in the corner and will not play with the toys. But when the cloth mother is in there, the baby runs to that cloth mother, gets some contact comfort, and then gets the confidence to go play with toys. Now, why does that matter? It matters because we cannot drop off our children at school or daycare and have them sit in the corner. They will not develop physically, cognitively, or socio-emotionally. And so that's one of the roles that mothers play. They are an attachment figure that allows the child to build the skills to become a competent adult. So there are 3 types of attachment. There's actually 4, but for Gen Psych, we're only going to address 3. A securely attached child experience quite a bit of distress when a caregiver leaves a room and when they're alone or when they're with a stranger. They really, really are upset. But the securely attached child will very quickly calm down when mother comes back. Mother picks up the baby, they latch onto her, grab onto her, lay their head on their shoulder, whatever, get some contact comfort, and then they calm down really quickly. And about 65% of children are securely attached. An avoidant child, however, tends to not show distress that the caregiver has left. We know that they are from cortisol swabs. We know that they are stressed, but they won't show it. And then when the caregiver comes back, they avoid her. They turn away. They don't look at her. They don't try to hold on to her. They don't seek out physical contact. They don't share a toy, make eye contact, nothing like that. They avoid the mother. About 20% of babies do this. An ambivalent child, we sometimes call this also an anxious child, is inconsolably upset when the caregiver is gone. And the child will both seek and reject the caring contact when the caregiver returns. So they want to be held, but they pull their body away. They cling on to mom and cry inconsolably, but when mom offers a toy, they'll bat it away. So there's like this push-pull. They're drawn to mom, but they also want to reject her. About 10 to 15% of babies are ambivalently or anxiously attached. So you may be wondering, what causes this? What causes an avoidant, a secure, or an ambivalent attachment? So behaviors that promote a secure attachment, responding right away to the baby's distress, giving moderate, appropriate stimulation, not understimulating baby and also not overstimulating baby. Lots of what we call interactional synchrony. If baby points, I look. If baby blows raspberries, so do I. If baby reaches out her hand, I reach out my hand. That's synchrony, this back and forth, coordinating, imitating. Lots of warmth and lots of involvement. Those are the behaviors that get you to a secure attachment. Behaviors that promote insecure attachment, on the other hand, avoidantly attached babies had mothers who were harsh or cold or rejecting. Mom said, "Oh my gosh, you need another drink. You need me to wipe your boogers again. You need me to pick you up again." They are harsh and cold and rejecting. And the baby has learned that mom is not going to be present for them, and so they avoid her. The ambivalently attached baby has experienced inconsistency and intrusiveness from mom. She's been inconsistent. Sometimes she's available, and sometimes she's rejecting and not available. Sometimes when baby reaches for her, she picks him up and comforts and offers all the things. And sometimes when baby reaches for her, she rejects and will not share herself with the baby. Or they might be very intrusive. So baby's playing quietly, mom is intruding and won't let baby play by themselves. So these are the behaviors that will prompt different attachment styles. So here's the cool thing about attachment. This is all very interesting to me personally. I hope it is to you as well. But if it's not yet interesting to you, I'm going to share something that hopefully will make it interesting. However you were attached to your mom as a baby is how you are attached to romantic partners now. How you were attached to mom as a baby is how you're attached to romantic partners now. If you were securely attached to mom, you are securely attached to your boyfriend or girlfriend. If you were ambivalently attached to mom, you're ambivalently attached to your boyfriend or girlfriend. Same with avoidant. So I'm going to put an adult attachment style survey on Canvas for you, and I want you to fill it out and score it. Upload your document to show me that you did it. I'm not going to, be looking at it and figuring out what everybody's attachment style is. I'm going to give you some privacy there, but I'm going to give you 5 points for that. And I want you to go ahead and do that. And then in the next video, no, I'll go ahead and do it in this video. Then now I want to talk with you about the consequences of attachment, both in childhood and in adulthood. So secure attachment. In childhood, we get children who are persistent and enthusiastic in their tasks. They're very sociable, very cooperative, very competent. They're ego resilient. What that means is they don't fall apart when things go badly. They don't lose their sense of self. They're successful and confident in peer relationships. And then in adulthood, they have stable, high-quality romantic relationships. I can spot a securely attached person pretty easily. They're confident. They don't fall apart. They're not kind of assuming that everybody's going to be mean to them. They just seem to kind of do so well. They do really, really beautifully well. Very healthy relationships. Avoidant attachment in childhood look like children who are detached. Remember, the avoidant child had a rejecting, harsh, cold mother, and they don't cry when mom is gone, but they are stressed, and they avoid her when she returns. Detached. Restricted emotional awareness. They're not really aware of their emotions. They mask their feelings. They have difficulty expressing negative emotions. They're defensive. They don't request help. They don't trust people because mom was not available to help. They tend to play with objects only. They don't really do a whole lot of fantasy play. When I was a kid, we were constantly playing Star Wars, but these are children who don't do that kind of imaginative play. Instead, they just play with objects, and they also tend not to be able to admit their imperfections. In adulthood, what this looks like is difficulty building, enjoying, and maintaining intimate relationships. They're distant. They don't have a lot of close friends. They either don't have love relationships or they haven't had very many. If they are in a relationship, they're fearful and jealous. They may idealize their parents, or they may be compulsive about work. So some of you at this point are like, oh, sounded a little bit like me. So hopefully you took the attachment style survey that would give you a sense of which style you probably have. The third one, the anxious or ambivalent child. In childhood, they're less persistent, they're less enthusiastic, and they're less compliant. They are more angry and more frustrated. They tend to be victims of bullies and get mixed responses from peers. In adulthood, their love relationships are obsessive, and they're characterized by intense sexual attraction and extreme jealousy. So that's quite a statement there. So they're obsessed with their romantic partner. They have intense sexual attraction to their romantic partner, and they're very, very jealous. They may feel in that relationship very doubtful about whether they're loved. They may feel misunderstood, and they may feel underappreciated. They may be lonely even in the relationship. So some of you are feeling like, oh gosh, she just described me. So take the survey. I will say that the answer to an insecure attachment style, if you can attach yourself to a person who is securely attached, that's probably the best thing. Anxious and avoidant people tend to do very poorly together. But you can learn new skills and new attachment. It's not easy, but there are resources out there. Okay, I'm going to close off this video and we'll pick up in the next one.